and the work of Wallace Thornhill. This man is a plasma physicist, PhD from Australia or New Zealand. I can never remember which country, but this guy, electric universe theory, is very interesting. There's a documentary called Thunderbolts of the Gods. I highly recommend watching it. It is based on the heliocentric model, but he's done experiments with plasma, basically showing that the craters we see on the moon were more likely caused by some kind of electrical storm. One of the main reasons is because the craters are perfect circles, perfect concentric circles on the moon. That doesn't make any sense that it would be all caused by collisions in space, because there's no like ricochets or anything like that. It's like every object that hit the moon would have had to make a perfect perpendicular, like straight line impact right into the moon to cause those craters to look the way they do. And so he's shown through experimentation that this damage is electrical. So if it's a capacitor or something like that, and something happened in the past where it arced out on the Earth and there was a lightning storm or something like that, like Thunderbolts tends to theorize, is this what it could be?
This is the discovery which I wish to make known. The process involved in the generation of the waves is the following. The Sun projects charged particles constituting an electric current which passes through a conducting stratum of the atmosphere approximately 10 kilometers thick enveloping the Earth. This is a transmission of energy exactly as I illustrated in my experimental lectures, in which one end of a wire is connected to an electric generator of high potential, its other end being free. In this case the generator is represented by the Sun and the wire by the conducting air. The passage of the solar current involves the transference of electric charges from particle to particle with the speed of light, thus resulting in the production of extremely short and penetrating waves. As the air stratum mentioned is the source of the waves, it follows that the so-called cosmic rays observed at great altitudes must increase as this stratum is approached. My researches and calculations have brought to light the following facts in this connection. 1. The intensity of the so-called cosmic rays must be greatest in the zenithal portion of atmosphere. 2. The intensity should increase more and more rapidly up to an elevation of about 20 kilometers where the conducting air stratum begins. 3. From there on the intensity should fall, first slowly and then more rapidly, to an insignificant value at an altitude of about 30 kilometers. 4. The display of high potential must occur on the free end of the terrestrial wire, that is to say, on the side turned away from the Sun. The current from the latter is supplied at a pressure of about 216 billion volts, and there is a difference of 2 billion volts between the illuminated and the dark side of the surface. The energy of this current is so great that it readily accounts for the aurora and other phenomena observed in the atmosphere and at the Earth's surface. For the time being I must content myself with the announcement of the salient facts, but in due course I expect to be able to give more or less accurate technical data relating to all particulars of this discovery. Unfortunately, Nikola Tesla passed away before he released his data.
Nobody seems to like him. They can tell what he wants to do. He never shows his feelings, but the fool on the hill sees the sun going down, and the eyes in his head see the world spinning around.
That communication without wires to any point of the globe is practicable with such apparatus would need no demonstration, but through a discovery which I made I obtained absolute certitude. Popularly explained, it is exactly this. When we raise the voice and hear an echo in reply, we know that the sound of the voice must have reached a distant wall, or boundary, and must have been reflected from the same. Exactly as the sound, so an electrical wave is reflected. And the same evidence which is afforded by an echo is offered by an electrical phenomenon known as a stationary wave, that is, a wave with fixed nodal and ventral regions. Instead of sending sound vibrations toward a distant wall, I have sent electrical vibrations toward the remote boundaries of the earth. And instead of the wall the earth has replied. In place of an echo I have obtained a stationary electrical wave. A wave reflected from afar. Stationary waves in the earth mean something more than mere telegraphy without wires to any distance. They will enable us to attain many important specific results impossible otherwise. It might be inferred that I am alluding to the curvature of space supposed to exist according to the teachings of relativity. But nothing could be further from my mind. I hold that space cannot be curved, for the simple reason that it can have no properties. It might as well be said that God has properties. He has not, but only attributes, and these are of our own making. Of properties we can only speak when dealing with matter filling the space. To say that in the presence of large bodies space becomes curved is equivalent to stating that something can act upon nothing. I for one, refuse to subscribe to such a view.
Put up a parking lot with a pink hotel, a boutique, and a swinging hot spot. Don't it always seem to go that you don't know what you've got till it's gone? They paved paradise, put up a parking lot. They took all the trees, put them in a tree museum. They charge the people $1.50 just to see 'em. Don't it always seem to go that you don't know what you've got till it's gone? They paved paradise, put up a parking lot. Hey, farmer, farmer, put away the DDT now. Give me spots on my apples, or leave me the birds and the bees. Go that you don't know what you've got till it's gone. They paved paradise, put up a parking lot. Late last night I heard the screen door slam, and a big yellow taxi took away my old man. Don't it always seem to go that you don't know what you've got till it's gone? They paved paradise, put up a parking lot. I said, don't it always seem to go that you don't know what you've got till it's gone? They paved paradise, put up a parking lot. They paved paradise, put up a parking lot. They paved paradise, put up a parking lot.